In a crazy season where nothing should surprise us, Poundland Tommy Egan, aka at Paul John Dykes, comes out with this comment ahead of Saturday's Old Firm. Welcome back to Fog Football. And honestly, and I quote, if Rodgers was to win this title, it would be his biggest achievement, even though he had an invincible treble. End of quote. Right, you know what? This channel's normally split. You know, the old firm split. You will struggle to find a Celtic fan that even agrees with this because what is this? What actually is this? So if Brendan Rodgers wins this league title, it would be his biggest achievement, even though he had an invincible treble. Brendan Rodgers, the guy that inherited a treble winning team, right? Spent a lot of money. Now there was, yeah, just because you spend money on flops doesn't mean you didn't spend money, right? Had a massive gap. I mean, I believe at one point the gap at its biggest with games in hand was 11 points, but you know, it was around the 7-8 margin without that. They bottled it. They're out of cup. They could go trophyless. And this guy wants to label it as Brendan Rodgers' biggest achievement. Not only is it bullshit, right? It's complete bullshit. It completely shits on the actual achievement of like an invincible treble. I mean, as much as it pains me to say, that's an incredible achievement. Beating this Rangers team is not. You know, if the roles were reversed, right? Obviously, Comeau's not done anything in Scottish football, right? But if we won the league for this stage, I wouldn't say it's more of a bigger achievement than winning title 55. Because for me, you went invincible, you stopped 10 in a row. After all those years, we won it, and we were incredible that season. To me, that would still surpass it, even though Clement's come in, right, so far behind with a shite team. And other factors you've got to play in here is the fact that Clement's come in with a shite team, but he's going up against a pretty shit team as well in Celtic. I mean, Brendan Rodgers let a lead slip to a Rangers team that's mediocre at best, but we all know it's mincemeat, right? And Rangers have bottled it and gave it back to him. We're looking at two shitey old firm teams, and this guy here, Poundland Tommy Egan, is trying to say that it would be Brendan Rodgers' biggest achievement. What a load of shite. You know how that is a load of shite? Say Brendan Rodgers loses this league title, right? The Clement. Surely, if he's just lost out on his biggest ever achievement, then losing the league title shouldn't get him the sack. Oh wait, it probably would get him the sack. If Rodgers lost this league title, I think he would be gone. So how can you go for your biggest achievement, right, ever in football for Brendan Rodgers to getting sacked if you lose the league title? That's how you know it's bullshit, man. That is how you know it's absolute shite. It's not his biggest achievement, man. This is like this is pandering to the highest order, and I think there'll be a lot of people, Celtic fans included, that are going to disagree with this. I mean, how can it be his biggest achievement, man? I mean, even though he's had an invincible treble. And before anyone goes, yeah, but that's when Rangers were a bit worse. And yeah, obviously it was, right? But it's an invincible treble, man. Right? You can't take that lightly. Compared to this season where, you know, he's going up against a Rangers team that threw it away before we even reached October. He had a massive gap and he's absolutely blown it. And they want to sit here and say this is Brendan Rodgers' biggest achievement. It's either delusion or big Poundland Tommy Egan here's on the wind up, because I don't understand how you can actually come out and even pretend that this is his biggest achievement. I mean, biggest achievement? Come on. I mean, you know, back in the day on Xbox 360 you used to get, you know, achievements with gamer score. This would be worth 5G. We're not talking 100 gamer score, we're not talking 250, we're talking 5. If that, man, it'd probably be 0. You know those games where you press the start button like Simpsons Hit and Run and it gives you 5 gamer score for fucking pressing that button? That's pretty much what we're looking at here, because honestly, how can it go for Brendan Rodgers getting sacked if he loses this league title to his biggest achievement? I mean, come on. No one can think that's true. But anyway, I thought this is probably the most ridiculous thing we've heard this season, and there's been a lot of shite to sieve through. Anyway, the sieve is blocked because this shite got through. And what is going on with this, man? Biggest achievement? My arse.